Okay, let's talk about something more fun today, which is which media companies have the best snacks or buildings in New York City, which is most media companies in the United States. If you're going to go with legacy media companies, those are mainly going to be uptown in the Midtown Manhattan area. So it'd be like NBC, CBS, ABC. ABC is even further up. They do not have very good snacks. They're older buildings, more legacy media. Yeah, not exactly a hip, young vibe. Those are massive, 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 massive companies. That's not to say they don't have, like coffee maker, but at the Rockefeller Center, you're gonna be hard to pressed to find some snacks unless maybe you're working on like the late night show with Jimmy Fallon, in which case maybe each individual show, or thing might have its own little snack. But if you're just going in, working in digital media, no go. Those are old buildings, and those are up in the Midtown area of Manhattan. Then let's move further south to around Union Square / Flatiron District, which is also known as the Tech District. You got media companies there like Bustle, the main women's media company, Leap Daily, Mike, which is collapsed and now bought by Bustle. You got BuzzFeed there. You used to have Business Insider there before Business Insider realized it was more of a financial publication. BuzzFeed's there because it's known as the Silicon Alley of New York City. BuzzFeed's probably more tech sometimes than media company. Honestly, BuzzFeed, wherever it gets sold, its assets or its back-end software, in-house stuff. What else we got around there? A few other ancillary media companies. Then we also got Vice out in Brooklyn. And then you got a little further south of that, you got Huffington Post down at Astor Place, and if we keep going south, we got Nowthisnews, Thrive Daily, a lot of the Lair Group, Ariana Huffington later on things in Soho, and then if we keep going south, we got Business Insider that moved down to FiDi, we got Cheddar that's down in FiDi. And there's also Vox and all its conglomerates. And then there's Bloomberg that's way up and back up at Midtown. So they're kind of sprinkled around New York City, and where they are in New York City, I think, tells you a lot about the companies. You got the companies that think they're more finance, that are down in the financial district of downtown. You got the media companies that think they're a little more tech savvy, that are in Silicon Alley around Union Square. And you got the old legacy media companies that are way uptown. Best snacks. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. From the media companies I've been in, which is basically all of them, they all got some snacks, but if we're just talking pure snacks, I'm going to have to give that one to either Vice or BuzzFeed, probably. They do a good job of not only keeping an array of snacks, but updating their snacks, every quarter. Getting in some new carrots, new hummus, maybe some different types of chips, cookies. They stock it with real sodas. So snacks, I think pure snacks goes to BuzzFeed or Vice. In terms of buildings, that's a tough call. I think that one might have to go to Cheddar, which is a kind of a new live news digital media thing. I don't know what you want to call Cheddar. You've probably never even heard of it. But their main focus is live video, out on Facebook and on their own website, like live video for distributed platforms. They got a great building right down by the water at the southern end of Manhattan. You can see the Statue of Liberty. Great, massive offices way up. In terms of snacks, nada. Their main room, not so good. Business Insider, pretty standard. Their offices, 5 out of 10, nothing special. Vaynermedia. Let's talk about Vaynermedia. They're over in Hudson Yards on the west side, about middle of Manhattan, so south of the legacy media companies, kind of by like where BuzzFeed and Bustle are. They share a bigger building with a lot of other companies called the Hudson Yards. In terms of snacks, they got some snacks. Their buildings are kind of cool. They got some windows, but they're kind of far removed from everything in Manhattan, so you're not going to pop downstairs for a lunch anywhere. And if you want a bottle of water, you got to drink Vaynermedia water, because apparently Gary Vaynerchuk has his own bottled water. I mean, there's got to be something in that about drinking the Kool-Aid, right? When you're drinking Vaynermedia water. Mark, they don't even have a normal Dasani water bottle. Anyway, what about other amenities and perks? Well, lunches. I would say a third of the media companies don't offer anything for lunch. A third of the media companies will do rotations on lunch, meaning, half the time they'll bring in catering, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of deal. Kind of get a catering, you get a free lunch in the kind of like lunchroom. Those are mainly going to be your digital media companies like Vox, Vice, BuzzFeed, Bustle. Exception to this is Bloomberg, which offers lunch every day. However, it's a soup, comes in a little white cup. Telling entire stories about Bloomberg soups. They're kind of known inside the business. But anyway, the Bloomberg soups every day. No matter what, your employee you get free lunch, but it's a soup. Sometimes there's noodles in those white cups, but it's soups. They also serve dinner past a certain hour, although most people aren't working past that hour. Let's see, the Oath conglomerates like Huffington Post and Yahoo and that stuff, they serve lunch every day. So you do have catering every single day, not just Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but their snack situation. And not as good as, let's say Vice and BuzzFeed. What about other perks? Bloomberg offers car services if you live outside the area past certain times. So, if you live out in Brooklyn past a certain time, I think it's like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., you can take a free car ride back to Brooklyn or New Jersey. Or if it's before a certain hour, like 5 or 6 in the morning, you get a free car ride service into Bloomberg. And Bloomberg is up towards the northern end of Midtown East, kind of by the legacy companies. Their snack situation, pretty good, but it's the same thing every day. But they do at least have snacks. They also are, manned by an army of service workers. But, I mean, that's what you expect with Bloomberg. They're making billions of dollars with the terminal. They're making more money with the terminal than they are as a media company. So, it kind of depends on how much money these companies make and how hip they are. What other perks? Vice is way out on its own in Brooklyn. So, you might have some great snacks and kind of a unique building. Your views are going to be a little weird. It's not going to be a high rise. You're not going to be high up. It's not going to be a cool Manhattan feel. You're going to be out in Brooklyn. You're going to be out by Williamsburg. So if you don't live in Brooklyn or Queens and you want to live in Manhattan, it's not going to be that fun. Or if you live in New Jersey, it's going to be hopeless. Vice is a bit of an odd man out. So I'd say overall, what is the best media company perks? Well, it kind of depends. Kind of depends if you're a snacker, in which case maybe BuzzFeed or Bustle or Vice, or if you're like more of an architecture perks kind of person, in which case it's gonna be, maybe something like Cheddar or Bloomberg, which offers lunches, less snacks, but higher, nicer buildings. So that's the kind of New York evaluation for what media companies to join. Fox News is also in there with the legacy, media companies like NBC and CBS. It's gonna be boring. They're part of the News Corp buildings, just these monolithic buildings. They don't have anything cool. Let me tell you, it's very corporate-y. Let me think. Can I think of any other media companies? No, there's some in DC. I don't know as much about the DC ones. But anyway. Oh, let me talk about Nowthis. Nowthis, the ones in Soho, so like Thrive Global and Nowthisnews. Nowthisnews, low on the snacks, don't know their lunch situation, but very small offices. You're going to be cramped down in Soho if you want to work at Nowthis. Same with Thrive Global. You're going to have more space uptown at the more bigger legacy companies, bigger buildings, higher offices, better views. Generally less amenities. Downtown, you might get some cooler perks, some cooler chairs, not so good views. Your windows are going to be cramped. Your building's going to be cramped. So there you go. Snacks, Vice or BuzzFeed. Just total all-around perks, probably Bloomberg. And if you want to have Vaynermedia products like Vayner Water, go work for Gary Vaynerchuk. Anyway, that's just a thought for the morning. Hope you guys have a good one.